Today's adventure begins as the recording of this Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025, here at Frankenstein Parking. Notice it does not say Frankenstein's Monster Parking. I am going to go up the escalator to Universal Studios Hollywood, where evidently there is a plethora of new Back to the Future merchandise that I'm going to look at and most likely buy some of. And the coaster is almost completed, or at least farther along completed than the last time I was here. In December, I believe it was. So I'm going to check that, get an update about that, and have myself a day. Welcome, everyone. Adam the Woo here. I'm inviting you. Yes, you. It's good to have you here. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? Piping hot caffeinated beverage achieved. Heading up. Feels good out today. Feels real good. 10:36 a.m. A nice overcast, 61 degrees. Gonna get up to 68 or 69 later. There it is, way over. Well, not too far. What, like 30 yards from here is the Universal Studios Hollywood. Old classic neon with the fountain. Going down the backside, a little roundabout parking drop-off area. Yeah, I love the overcastness. It's not cold, but definitely not hot. Nice. It's gonna be a good day. The entertainment capital of LA. In fact, I just renewed my annual pass, so I have 365 days on this bad boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, first and foremost, get me to the merch. I want to see that new merch. Of course, love Back to the Future, so that's kind of what I'm going to be showcasing. Look at this down here. You got the part 3 right there for $2,200. You can get Doc, Marty, the railroad track, the toothpick holders right here. 40 years since this film came out. About 40 years. That's kind of neat right there. Instead of saying out of time, it says 40 years, 85 to 2025. Another ringer style. And take a look at all these different mementos, pins, magnets. This is a magnet set. Got all the different ones. You got keychains down here with Doc on the clock tower. You got Hill Valley right here. You got a little spoon if you so choose to stir your coffee maybe with that, perhaps. Flux capacitor. Some sort of a flux capacitor wall thing there. You got all the different DeLoreans from all 3 of them right there in miniature form. I like this, powered by flux capacitor. Future change right there. Future changer. Wait a second. Future changer right there. This is kind of retro-y looking as well. And take a look at this Spirit jersey. I saw a photo of Peter from Ordinary Adventures wearing this, and I was like, that's like the coolest Spirit jersey. I've never bought a Spirit jersey, but this right here would be something I would probably sport. Little tie-dye type of item right here. This is almost kind of video game-ish in a lot of ways. I love BTTF here. Powered by flux capacitor. A subliminated headband. Not sure exactly what that is, but we're getting over here to more flux capacitor stuff. This is kind of like a baseball ringer, like 3/4 sleeve. Oh, I gotta get some socks. I'm gonna buy some of these. I actually get these odd socks. They're not that odd. I guess they kind of are odd, but I do like socks. I like these, and I like these. They go well with my Back to the Future tattoo I have on my leg. It'll kind of morph all in together. Got the Part 3 shirt here from Roosevelt's. That's kind of neat. I know Disney just started carrying Roosevelt's, but evidently Universal is now. I guess Roosevelt's doing pretty well for themselves. Never owned a Roosevelt shirt, but they have a lot of good kind of Hawaiian style shirts, like aloha type of shirts. You got the Doc Brown Enterprises right there. Little booklet. Here's another one. Yeah, look, Roosevelt's just taking over. Look at this. You got part 1 there. You got part 3 there. Get a load of Universal's life preserver. Dork thinks they're gonna drown. Oh, that's cool. I think it's a. Is that the right color? I think it was more reddish than orange, but that works too. That merchandise is specifically for an event that's coming up starting this weekend called Universal Fan Fest, and they have some of the merchandise in here. I have my eye on this little hoodie right over here, which I like the back of it. That's pretty dang cool. Exclusive. They're not doing this in Orlando. This is exclusively here, Hollywood. So I think it is. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's specifically you could really go there and check it out. They even have the Part 2 Marty cap, right? Well, a variation of the Part 2 Marty cap, and a little coffee mug right here. Franchises as well have new merchandise. Dungeons and Dragons, Nintendo. You got the FanFest lanyards and things like that. You can carry this thing around, this like little tumbler right here. Stay hydrated if you so choose. But I do like the lanyard right there. I like the lanyard. Wallet right here, Back to the Future Velcro wallet. And this pillow looks very comfortable. When this pillow hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious sleep. Sleeveless shirt right here if you want to show off the arms at the beach. Really go old school 80s style and get the jean jacket here with the patch on the back, the patch on the front. This might be a laptop bag. I don't really know exactly what this is, but it has the 40th on there. It just seemed like it was the 35th last year, but it's been 5 years ago since the 35th. Dang, RIP. Since the last time I was here, I'm going to do the Tram tour today. I think this is closed. Fast and the Furious Supercharge, I think, is officially gone. Since I was here last time in December till now, they closed it. Driver, move that attraction because it is now gone. But this is like this would be like a kind of a collector's item shirt right there. I never liked that. I never ever liked it in any way, shape, or form. I hated it. One of those things you had to stick with and deal with on the studio tour. I am kind of looking forward to the Fast and the Furious coaster though. I think that's going to be 5 times better. I don't know why I gave that number, but it's gonna be better. It's gonna be better than the weird screen portion, in my opinion. What's interesting, there's a lot of new Dungeons and Dragons merchandise, which I never thought there'd be a whole cavalcade of D&D merchandise. You got to wonder if Stranger Things brought Dungeons and Dragons back into the forefront of modern day pop culture, and if that helped at all with the gameplay side of nerd things. I played D&D, but I don't know a whole heck of a lot about it. I would imagine Dungeons and Dragons probably the most popular role-play game. But then again, I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't hold me to that. There's always a big Risk guy and chess guy. Check out the Battlestar Galactica swag over here as well. Nice. Old school sci-fi. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Creature from the Black Lagoon plant holder. That's something right there that would look nice on the shelf. Sporting my Maxine shirt today, which is filmed at Warner Brothers and Universal Backlot. So I got my Maxine shirt on as well. Speaking of shirts, my good buddy World of Micah bought me the 35th anniversary shirt, so I'm going to check with him. If he doesn't have the 40th, I'll return the favor by getting him the 40th. They might sell this on the East Coast, but if they don't, I'm going to get that for him, but I got to check with him first. Oh, I know Greg's Game Room, the biggest Star Trek fan that I know, is probably going to chime in and go, oh, Back to the Future's great and all, but if I was there, I'd want to see all the Star Trek stuff, so I'm showing this for him as well. This is all, I think, kind of next generation-y. Wait, maybe not. This is old school. This is the Tribble. Okay, maybe not. There's a mixture of everything in here. Nice. Real trouble with Tribbles is the fact that they are $18, but you can use a newly purchased annual pass to get a discount on that. So, yeah. If Greg wants this, I'll pick this up for Greg if he wants it. If not, I'll let it stay there. I don't need Tribbles in my. Oh my gosh, they do have Wrath of Khan. I think Wrath of Khan might be my favorite Star Trek. I think it is. Ricardo Montalban from Fantasy Island. When Chekhov gets the earwig thing in his ear, just nightmare fuel. It's a collector home. It's almost like a VH. Oh my gosh, there it is. There it is, right there. You got to watch that scene where Khan makes the guy go over and put this thing in Chekhov's earwig. But I guess it was called a city eel. And look at this. You can suck on the thing that went in Chekhov's ear. What the heck? That is horrible. I mean, I guess that would be like, maybe that could make you rest easier, knowing that you're the one taking care of this horrific insect alien creature that's going down into Chekhov's ear. Looks like during FanFest, this is where the Red Alert, Star Trek Red Alert's gonna be. This is where they have the HHN mazes. Well, that's kind of interesting to see the layout. I haven't really kept up to date with where the layouts of everything are going to be. Yeah, I'm just strolling around. It's a nice morning so far.
What's that little bro's name right there?
I love seeing life events.
What's up, bro?
I've been on the dark ride a bunch of times before I'd ever seen the movie, and then I watched the movie. I was like, oh my gosh, this makes the ride so much better.
That's a fun name right there, bro. Well, Brody, I hope you have a fantastic time out here, baby. Oh, who broke something? Who broke what? Who coming to my hood? Break the stuff around here.
I don't know how many people will be using the splash pad today. Probably not. It's a little bit cooler than normal. It's not really hot out, so I don't know if anyone's going to be utilizing the splash pad. But I am noticing, look over here, this minion is the only one in there enjoying it. In fact, he's laying on his back and he's spitting water up into the air. He's just really having a good time in the empty splash pad. And I'm going to walk from here and walk over to the overlook, just over by here, and check out the Fast and the Furious construction on the new coaster. Take a look at that. They have laid so much more track down than the last time I was here. The tram's going by the fire station down there. Track goes all the way down that way, up the side of the hill. Looks like all the track might be completely laid out. Obviously, it's not nowhere near being completely finished, but the track appears to be completely done. And since the last time I was here, they've covered the building. It was going vertical, but now it's turning into the actual building right there. You see the brick and mortar and everything around it. You know what? I honestly don't even know what mortar means. People say brick and mortar. I always say it too, because everybody else says it's a brick and mortar place. I mean, I kind of know what mortar is, but I know more about bricks than I do mortar. But either way, the track has been completely laid out. And it's interesting how the track goes completely around the first section of the escalator. When you're going down to 3 or 4 sections down to the lower lot, the track goes completely up and over the escalator. So it's going to make for a very thrilling moment when you're going not only on the ride itself, but also when you're on the escalator and you have guests going over the top of you. And I'm also very curious if they're going to put scream tubes around it. Like when you go to DCA, Disney California Adventure, there are scream tubes around former California Scream and now Incredicoaster, because there are people who live in the neighborhoods, and evidently they want to block some of the screaming from leaving the park. Not all of it is stifled, but some of it is because of the scream tubes. But I don't know if they're going to be able to put scream tubes on this particular coaster. And into the valley and into the area near the golf course and into Burbank, I think a lot of people that live down there are probably going to hear constant screaming all day, every day. So it's going to be interesting to see how the development of the construction goes on the Fast and the Furious coaster. Rolling around Springfield. I think I'm going to head down and see what the line for the studio tour looks like. And if it's not too bad, might head down and do the studio tour. See what I can see. If you look closely down there, there is Hill Valley, Clock Tower Square, Courthouse Square, whichever you refer to it as. Highly doubtful, because there is an event coming up this weekend that they probably are not going to have the tram go down there. But either way, I'll see where the tram leads and see what I can see. And are those petunias?
Opening next year. Now on your right hand side, you guys are seeing our timeline. These movie posters, they represent just a few of the more than 8,000 films that Universal Studios has produced throughout the years. Now our story starts over 110 years ago. We are the oldest studio in Hollywood. March 15th, 1915. That's when our founder, Carl Laemmle, opened the gates to Universal. And on that day, he proclaimed, "Universal is the strangest city in the world." And he is right, it is strange. So movie studio. It's also an actual city. We have our own fire station, sheriff station, gas station, post office. We even have our own zip code. Now, one thing that all of these movies have in common is that a lot of the things you see in these films are things that are based around illusions. And right now on the lot, inside stages 16 and 17 on your right.
Getting a little.
And we're actually about to see their base camp. Now, base camp awesome. Is the area where the cast and crew convene when they're not filming. Consists of trailers, production vehicles, golf carts. You can see some of the here. big one!
Oh no.
This is so weird doing the Jaws scene, but there's no narration. There's the fire. There's the fire. Let's see if everybody stays quiet. How are you supposed to stay quiet during that? Oh, look, he's coming in. He's coming in.
Wow, that is raining very hard. Look at that. You know, they say when it rains this hard, this fast, flash floods are a possibility. Yeah. No, don't worry. Whoa! 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 Except for a couple portions, this is the quietest tour I've ever done at Universal. They're filming all over the lot. All right, folks, welcome back. We are heading into the Bates Motel and the Psycho House from Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller,
Also Maxine.
Psycho.
She's standing right over here in Maxine. There's Norman. Wait, what's he got? He's got something. Oh, he's carrying a body.
Hey, that's illegal.
Stars of note, Keke Palmer is also the star
Truman
of
Show right
The
there.
Burbs, the television series that's filming on our lot right now as we speak.
Ending of the Truman
All right,
Show.
folks, I can't believe it. We have reached the end of our Hollywood
Sitting the tram now. You can't get over here at the moment, but take a look at this. 10:04, the correct time from Back to the Future Part 1 when the lightning struck. You even have the Panthers here And the two little conducting pieces that Doc Brown was holding on to. That's a pretty neat photo op right there. Currently not open, but yeah, pretty neat. It is 134 days till HHN opening night. 134 days till Halloween Horror Nights begins here in California. Let the rumors, speculations, considerations, and thought process begin on what each maze will be here. There's always one wedged in here between the mummy and this little air conditioner unit down here. Always good to see this guy. Hitchcock would be proud. You get good luck if you rub Hitch's nose. Love some Universal Studios Hollywood. Just I don't know, being a AP for so many years and living over on Hollywood Boulevard for a couple of years and popping in all the time, and HHN memories and memories of the park, it definitely holds a special place in my heart, for sure. And I love the tram tour. I love the tram tour. I like seeing all the changes and the things they keep adding, and looking forward to the future of Universal Studios Hollywood and all the things that come along with it. I will see you in the next video. Appreciate you watching. As always, thank you for watching. It's enjoyable to live my life, put it on camera, and have people tune in. So thank you. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.